It's a dangerous maneuver. But if it works, the craft will whip around the sun and hurtle out into space at almost 3/4 of a million kilometers an hour. A solar sail could reach the nearest stars in just decades. It's a truly impressive start, but is it enough?
Our galaxy is a very big place. To get from one side to the other, even using a super-fast solar sail traveling at incredible speeds, would still take 2.5 million years. And our galaxy is only one of billions that make up our universe. This is the final frontier. If we ever want to be true star travelers, we're going to have to take a completely different approach. We're going to have to learn how to manipulate the very fabric of space itself.
Some scientists believe there may be a quicker way to get around the universe. One of them is cosmologist Peter Coles.
When early man first began to explore his environment, he would run into fundamental barriers whenever he came across mountains. The mountains are not easy to cross. When you're faced with a wall like these mountains around us, you've got no choice either but to go around them or over the top. Now these days it's exactly the same thing with space travel. If we're going to explore and colonize our galaxy, then the distances we have to travel are truly immense. So when it comes to space travel, we're really still very much in the Stone Age.
The answer could be to take a shortcut. Don't go round the obstacle, go through it.
If you travel through space, you're fundamentally limited by the speed of light. But it's just possible that the laws of physics might have a kind of loophole in them which allows us to travel slower than the speed of light, but still travel huge distances in a very short time. And the way you can accomplish that is through a wormhole. A wormhole is basically a tunnel that takes a shortcut through space-time. Say here to the nearest star could be connected by a very short tunnel.
Wormholes may sound like science fiction, but creating one may just be possible. First, we'd have to harness the incredible forces of an exploding star and use them to punch a hole through space. We'd need exotic forms of energy to keep the tunnel open. But the science is sound. At least in theory, it is possible to create a tunnel that reaches clear across the universe. Experiments have already begun to try and build the first tiny wormholes.
In theory, wormholes would take you from one side of the universe to the other in literally no time at all. Instant travel Anywhere. A wormhole could just as easily have taken me halfway across our galaxy. But with the universe at your feet, how do you decide where to go? For that, you're going to need a map.
Space, as we've discovered, is very big. But Professor Brian Boyle and a team of Australian astronomers may have the beginnings of an answer. They're creating the biggest map imaginable, a map of our universe.
Traditionally, astronomers had looked at the universe as a flat map on the plane of the night sky. You can think of it like a map of the Earth. For a hiker, a flat map, it's no use at all. A flat map wouldn't tell you if there was a mountain in the way or a huge ravine. In the same way, the hikers of the future will need a three-dimensional map to guide them around.
To create a three-dimensional map, Boyle and his team had to develop a unique piece of equipment. 10 years in the making and weighing over 3 tons, the device uses over 600 fiber optic cameras. The whole apparatus is delicately maneuvered into position high up on one of the biggest telescopes